And then we'll, whoops,
Sorry. I forgot to hit record, so
there we go. That's okay.
we're starting now. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we have talked about it. We sent them to the website. I told them what to look at on the website, and we set a time and a day for us to follow up. So that's a pretty tight, package, all being done in a very short period of time. So the follow-up call, and this, that's why when you guys asked me to talk about Diamond, to me, this is the most important thing we do is go over this order form with them. So once I talk to them and they show me that they're interested, they go, wow, that really looks interesting. I want to try it. As soon as I hear, they're interested in trying it, I always say to them, it's important to me to find out, why do you want to try it? Because some people, after they've gone to the website, they realize there's two opportunities here. There's an opportunity for better health and wellness, which is what I definitely needed and wanted. But I was also informed right off the bat in the first conversation that this product is just being launched. And if it's something I'm interested in, I could also possibly earn a very lucrative stream of income. So I was interested in both. And so I say, to the person, so let's find out about you. What is it that caught your attention? What do you want to get out of this? Tell me what's going on. So first they'll tell me about their health and what's going on with that and why they want to try the X39. And sometimes that's only it. And they just say, I'm interested in trying this patch. I've got lupus, or I've got diabetes, or, I've got MS or whatever. And I'm interested in seeing if this, there's anything this can do to alleviate some of the symptoms I'm having. Well, that's fine. And then, I ask them if they're married, if they have a spouse, if they live alone, who they live with, who do they love, who's interested in this? Can that other person, that's in your household possibly benefit from it? Because oftentimes people make the mistake of just taking the order right away if somebody gives them interest in buying it, and then they don't, they realize, wait a minute, they have a wife that's at home that I could have helped too, or a husband, or a grandmother, or someone they're taking care of, like Marty and her mother. So once I have established who they are, what they want to get out of this, then I always say, okay, I'm going to go over this order form with you. And I say, I never make judgments on anyone. I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything about your money situation. I know what you're trying to accomplish now. So let me just explain to you everything that we have to offer in LifeWave. That way, at the end, you can make an educated decision as to which way you want to go with this and how you feel the most comfortable and where you fit in. And I'm telling you guys, I'll stop along the way and I'll give you some of my tips too. I've learned along the way, never say what you can afford. Always use the term, we'll see where you fit in and you are the most comfortable. That's so much softer. Okay, so I start with, there are a number of different ways that I can help place you in this. I can show you how to purchase the patch. I can show you how to get it discounted, or I can show you how to actually earn your patches for free. So what do you think you'd want? And most people say to me, well, I'm interested in, if I can learn how to get them for free. And I go, and then again, I go, okay, let me go over the whole thing. So if you just wanted to purchase these from me, I could sell you what we call a sleeve. That's a pack of 30. You put one on in the morning, you take it off. After 12 hours, you throw it out, or you put it on one of your pets that's ailing at home. And then, you put a fresh one on the next day. So a sleeve is 30. And if I were to just sell it to you, which I could, it would be $149.95. And then I always say to them, but you know what? I've been doing this for 2 years. And so, with my experience, I'm going to tell you that's ridiculous. I don't just sell it to any of my friends retail. I think it's ridiculous. So the second option I have for you is I can show you how to, it's like almost like you're purchasing a Costco membership. I can show you how to get them wholesale. And so let's say you decide there's only you in the house and you just, you want to try this for 1 month and, just to see what you can do with it. So if you pay a $24.95, like a Costco membership, and your total to begin is $124.95, I can, put you in the bronze package. So your first charge that would come out to you would be $124.95 plus shipping and handling. But then I can get you your patches for $99 a month, every month. So we'll put you on the subscription, and the next month you won't be charged $124.95 again, and it'll just be $99. And so what, like I said, I've been doing this 2 years now. I think it's ridiculous for me to sell anybody in at the retail at $149 when I can offer it to you, for a wholesale cost, which is a bronze. But, to be honest with you, the 3 packages that most of, again, like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years now. Most of my people end up with is the silver, the gold, and the diamond. And I'll tell you why. If, for David Schmidt, the owner inventor, says that for every decade that you have lived, you really should be on this patch for at least a month. So in my case, I'm 72, and I realized, all right, I should, in order to feel the full effects of this, I need to commit to about 7 months of using the patch. I can do that because all the testimonials and things I read about it, I'm willing to do that. I'm also a level-headed person that realizes if you go to the gym, you're not going to get results, the next day. So I don't expect putting on a patch, I'm going to feel something right away or get the results. So the reason I recommend to a number of people, if you're going to commit to this, at least get into the silver bundle. That way you're giving yourself a 90-day trial. That's a really good time frame for you. I'm telling you, if you do get into it and you do this for 90 days, I can guarantee you absolutely will see measurable results at the end of the 90-day period. Some people feel it the first day, and some people, see amazing results the first or the second day. And some people don't. You'll hear several testimonies. I just did one on my call today where there was, I think he was 84, 85-year-old parent of one of my reps that he had a stroke 6 months ago, and he couldn't move his arm or his shoulder at all. He was in severe, severe pain. And after 3 months, his pain is gone. It took a while, but, he's in his 80s. So, I mean, he can't believe it now. He's pain-free. So my point to you is there is a silver package for those that want to try this, and they say, I'm going to do that. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to commit to 90 days because I realize if I put forth an effort for 90 days of health and wellness, I will see a benefit, and I'll just sit back and be patient and, start marking down what I do feel daily and wait for my big results to come. So that's the first package I recommend to most of my people. The second one is there, like I said, there is a very lucrative opportunity there. And myself, most people that know me, they know my former profession. I was a business consultant. I worked for the largest consulting company in the country. So when this was presented to me, and then I went and spoke with my CPA about it, we tried to pick this apart and look at it from every angle. And we both looked at it and said, oh my gosh, the way that this is set up, that if you just share your results with someone, this is such a lucrative opportunity, and it's such a generous compensation plan. So for people that are thinking about sharing it with others, there's 2 ways that I would recommend that you get into this, either the gold or the diamond package. The gold is for a new business builder. They want to dip their toes in the water and they want to see, I want to see if I can do this. So like if there's a husband and a wife, this is a great package to get into. There's a sleeve for each of you, and then there's 3 spare. So it costs $499, which is, the cost of $99 for 5 sleeves. Actually, it's a consumable. You're consuming your own product, and then you'll have three to share. And that's the best way to build a business, is by sharing it with other people. You put that patch on people, and usually by the end of the week, they'll be calling you saying, I want to order another sleeve or 2 of those patches that you gave my wife and I. So there is the gold bundle. That's for a new business builder. And the third one is actually the one that I came in at. I came in at diamond. And this is what Max and Jennifer actually asked me to explain, because I have so many people on my team, because of the way I explain it, have come in as a diamond and have really reaped the benefits of becoming a diamond. And you know, a lot of people look at it, and I don't know why they, you know, they're just not sure how to talk to people about it, because there are 19 sleeves in this package. So the reason that I looked at the diamond and I realized, to me, it's a no-brainer. You know, when I get started, I'm going diamond. You know, like I said, I talked to my CPA about it. When Steve Merritt called me, I said, well, what package did you do? And he goes, well, I went in as a diamond. And I said, why did you go in as a diamond? And he explained to me, you get the most bang for your buck. And I'm always looking to save a dollar, no matter where I can save it. So for $15.99, you're going to get 19 sleeves. So you can figure the savings in your head right there. That's like a $300 savings. Then I also look at the fact that there are certain perks that you are given. That's like $84 a sleeve, actually, for your initial package. And then there's other perks that the company gives you if you sign on as a diamond. Because the company looks at you and says, these people that are purchasing this diamond package, we want to give them the best start that they can. So what we're going to do for them is we are going to take care of their auto ship, which if you want to be able to receive full compensation in the company, in all 4 areas of the compensation plan, you need to be at least a gold or above and be a manager. You need to be on auto ship. So for the person who signs in as a diamond, they are gold or above. And one of the perks that they are given is they don't have to do the auto ship. So that could be a savings of another $200 for each of the first 3 months. So that's another $600 that you could be saving if you look at it that way. The company puts 110 points each of the first 3 months in your back office, instead of you having to do auto ship. So now you've got these 19 packs. You don't have to worry about paying your auto ship for the first 3 months. And they, you know, the other big bonus that they give you is, if you sell another diamond, which I'll tell you my story, what happened, they'll pay you $500. So in my case, you know, when this was offered to me, one of the first people that, well, no, the actual first person that signed up with me, again, you know, everything I do, I run by my CPA, just because he's a friend also. So I ran it by him, he looked at it. And as I said, we both went over it, and he's in his like late 70s. He's almost 80, I think. He looked at it and he said, it looks like a great product to me. And I see people, you know, all the time with issues and challenges. Sign me up for the diamond. So he signed up for the diamond. The next person was Shannon. You know, it happened to be during the pandemic, and she called me and just said, what have you been doing? Because she's younger than me and I was high risk. So I was at home, and I said, well, I had this offer, you know, that was given to me of something that I might do. And she goes, well, what is it? And I said, you know, at first, before I even signed up for it, I said, well, here's what I'm looking at. And I sent her the information, and she was pushing me, sign up for it, I want it. So the next person that signed up was Shannon, and she signed up as a diamond too. And then the third person was another guy that I work with in Arizona, and he just happened to call me and, you know, say, so what have you been doing with your, same thing, what have you been doing with yourself since you're home? And I, you know, explained to him, well, I was offered this stem cell activation. And he said, well, wait a minute, tell me about that. He said, I have a really bad shoulder, and my doctor has given me an estimate of like $25,000. They want me to, you know, have stem cell infusion in it. And this guy makes a lot of money too, that I was talking to. And he said, boy, yours sounds like it came in the nick of time for $15.99. He goes, I would have my wife do this. She's looking for something to do in her spare time. Send me those things. I want to try them. So he bought the big package too, because he saw the opportunity. When you think about it, guys, the kind of money that you can make on this, that I am making after 2 years, and our other senior presidential directors and Steve and Gina are making is more money than most. I mean, for a retired person, I'm 72 years old and I have already exceeded what I made in my other company. I'm equaling it right now. And it's a lot of money because I was a top executive in this consulting company. And I don't like to brag about my income, but just know that it's the kind of money that most people never see. It's 3 times what most people ever see. And it's all residual income. So my point to you is, because I bought the diamond pack, they give you, the company gives you 14 weeks, I believe it is, that if you happen to sell a diamond, they'll pay you $500 for it. So in my case, in like the first 2.5, 3 weeks, I had received almost all my money back. And then definitely before, the first month or second or third month that I had of this period, I was paid back for the entire package. But the thing that's more important about it that I like to train my team on now is, what did that do? That gave Colleen a story. So that when I am training people now and I talk to them about the different packages and what it's done for me, I can tell them, I signed up for the diamond. This is what it's done for me. And they'll think about it. And, some of them will just see that it's a good thing and realize that I think I can do this, and they might take the risk. And when you have your own story and you're actually able to tell them, yeah, well, I signed up as a diamond, you're going to get more diamonds. That's why Max and Jennifer are asking me to teach on this, because everybody on my team always says, how in the heck are you selling so many diamonds? Well, I'm not finished yet with this order form. You'll hear why. But it's because I have a story. I did it. I have a story. I do believe it is the best, bang for your buck if you're comfortable. So anyway, that's how I go over the 3 that I recommend, which are, I strongly recommend give it at least a 90-day try, and that's by entering as a silver. That will cost you $2.99. The gold is $4.99. You can dip your toes in the water and then you'll have some to share. Or there's the diamond. And then I say to my people, this is wherever you are comfortable. I don't know you. I don't know your finances. That's why I don't make any judgments, because I don't want to just assume that I'm talking to somebody who's in a wheelchair and they have MS, that they can't afford a diamond package. How do I know they don't have money somewhere that they might want to invest in it, and they see what it could do for them? So I don't make judgments on any of you, but I'm honestly telling you, wherever you want to start, wherever you're comfortable, I will sign you up. But again, I'll go over, it doesn't make sense for me to sell this to you retail for $149 when I can, get it for you if you join wholesale, and you can get them every month for $99. And the nice thing about it is, with, you get on subscription and you're sure that it'll come every month. It also will help you to start, it's almost like banking your money, because in LifeWave, there's a binary tree with 2 legs. And even if you are not manager yet, but you're just using your product and you sit on it for 3 months and you're not really sharing it with anyone, you're going to find out that all these people are below you. So it's like money in the bank. And when you do decide that you want to share this, you're so much further ahead than just buying it retail. And, that's what's so beautiful about this company. That's why I'm on this call. We all realize the value of helping each other, because we all help each other go to the top. I've never, like I said, I was a high-level business consultant. I've never seen a company like this before, so well put together that if you help other people, you're helping yourself more. I'm at the point now where all I need is volume. I don't need to be manager, director, senior director, or, any of that anymore. Senior presidential director is the next one for me. That's the next ring on the ladder, but all I need is volume. So in helping and talking to and coaching other people is what's building it for me. So after I go over the whole order form, I just go, where do you want to get started? Where do you feel the most comfortable? And you never know, guys, but just, make sure that you explain all the perks of diamond. They are that you get the most bang for your buck. They're initially $84 a piece. instead of the 99. But the other big perks are the company is also going to save you from doing your 200 a month auto ship for the first 3 months. They'll put 110 points in your back office. So that's money in your pocket. You don't have shipping and handling for those first 3 months at all. You know, but it's wherever they want to go in and they're comfortable. And the other thing that's so beautiful about it is, let's say they decide they're really interested in that diamond, but they don't, they can't swing it now. They're not comfortable swinging it now. If you just tell them how the other thing about David Schmidt that's so wonderful, he made it very easy to upgrade. Or for example, if you go in as a silver and you think you don't want to share it with someone, but then you realize, well, my mother needs it and this one needs it and that one needs it. Well, instead of getting your 2 auto ship next month, upgrade to gold, you'll have them sent to you. Now you're qualified to earn all of the commission. You just open it up. So if you go in as a gold, you can also upgrade anytime you want to diamond. So I don't care if you start as a diamond or if you transfer and you move up to diamond 6 months after you start, you still get that 14-week period where the company will let you run with it. They'll pay your auto ship and they'll pay you $500 every time you bring in a diamond. So that's kind of how I go over the order form. Does anybody have any questions about it?
That's so good. Yeah, unmute. If you do, just go ahead and unmute and feel free to ask. This is a great time to just get any questions answered or anything about just how you approach anybody to close these packages. And if you can't, for some reason, talk, if you want to type it into the chat, I'll be happy to read it from the chat as well.
I'll tell you guys, I'll just share with you a little bit because like when Jennifer started this, she said that she saw that most of the people were on today's call earlier. What I have gotten out of joining LifeWave in the past 2 years, this is my anniversary month, so I'm pretty excited about it. Not only has I have a phenomenal personal testimony, but the biggest thing I've gotten out of it is community. And the world is so divided right now. You've got the vaccinated and the unvaccinated, you've got the Democrats and the Republicans and all these people that, used to be united. The country's so divided. But in this LifeWave community, there's so many people that are so like-minded. And I don't know, it's like, I don't know. I tell everybody on my team, I feel like the people that are on my team are a divine connection that were sent to me. And I really believe they are. Because when I started my business at 70 years old, I had this conversation with God and I said, you know what, I'm retired and I've worked so hard and I, wasn't really looking to work at a business again. And when you get to be my age, you want to sit back and relax a little bit. But I said to God, so if you want me to have this business, you're going to have to send me people. So the funny story is I was telling them this on the call today, Colleen Crane, you better be careful what you ask for because I signed up 39 people, but guess what? Now I have over 4,600 some underneath me that are buying from me. I have a huge team and those people were all sent. And I love the community, love Max and Jennifer and Marty and everyone. They're part of the original team that started with me a couple years ago. And when we started our Tuesday calls during the day, there was just a handful, like you guys, that showed up. Now we have, close to 40 or 50 on our calls. And I also have, such a demand because we have so many people rising through the ranks and, we're flipping and turning managers, directors, senior directors, executive directors like crazy. And a lot of people in LifeWave were saying, what's going on in that call? What's going on? It's our community. It's just like you guys showing up now. The more you show up to Max and Jennifer's calls that they're having on these Tuesday nights, and the more you plug in, the more successful you'll be. But I have just been able to enjoy such an unbelievable, gratifying sense of community from joining this. So I want you all on this call to know I am your presidential director, every one of you. You can, call upon me anytime you need for advice. And don't be afraid, because it benefits me when you're doing well, and I want to get to know all of you. So you sure you don't have any questions?
Yeah. And one thing I was thinking of, and feel free to interrupt if someone wants to come in the question, just interrupt me. The monthly subscription, and I know we kind of touched pretty much a lot of people that were on the call earlier today, but that monthly subscription and the importance of setting up that auto ship. So can you maybe just touch briefly on the importance of getting that taken care of during this going through the order form process?
It is so important. Like I said, guys, I've been doing this for 2 years. I don't know very many people that get on the patch that don't know somebody that doesn't know somebody that can benefit from it. And the last thing you want to be is short of patches. You want to be able to have them and to hand them out. So to me, when I explain to people the different packages that are available, I tell them, in order to keep compliant, so to speak, and keep all of the points that are on your 2 binary legs, you need to be at least on 1. So when you sign up, I just recommend get on at least 1 subscription. Even if you live alone, you're getting these 3 silver, and you're giving it a 90-day try. You might be giving away some of those, packs. You want to have another one coming in. It'll keep you compliant. It's like money in the bank, but at any time. You always have that, but at any time, because in the first 30 days, there's a complete money back guarantee. So I recommend, you get into this, put yourself on subscription so you always have one coming in. You can go into your auto ship at any time, or subscription monthly order, and disconnect it. It's as easy as that. Very simple to stop it. But you want to keep it going. It's just so important that you have that you have plenty of product and you keep it going. There's nothing worse than getting into it and having somebody say, no, I don't want to go on that. And then all of a sudden they're giving away all these, packs, and they don't have them. Now, in order to keep your points, all you need is 1 per month. But if you decide you want to earn money from doing this, that's when we talk about, if you get to the level where you are a gold now and you are close to saying, wow, I've got 3 people underneath me that are silver or above, and they're all on auto ship, 1 more person, and I go to manager, get yourself on 2 auto ship. Because think about it this way, it's really a deal. Let's talk about Steve and Gina, for example. There are some people I know that are making $100 a week, $1,000 a week. There's others that are making $5,000 and $6,000 a week. There's others that I know personally that are making $13,000 and $15,000 a week. And then there's Steve and Gina that are making over $100,000 a week. They own this business. They don't have to take care of employees. They don't have brick and mortar. They don't have to have trucks and supplies. The only thing that they need to do to remain compliant is 2 sleeves a month. And the company's thought on that is, 1 is for you to consume and 1 is for you to give away. So actually, no matter how big your business grows and how much money you're like, I can't believe it. The money that they keep putting in my account, every week, it just keeps going in there and going in there and, growing and growing and growing. And all I have to spend is 2 sleeves a month, $199 for that. It's crazy. So that's how I explain it. When you can stay on 55 points a month until you become manager, which is 1 sleeve, or just keep watching. And when you're ready to become manager, then jump on the 2 sleeves and you'll be ready to get all the compensation. So you can do it either way.
That's good.
But being on subscription is everything. It's not that much, and you will need it to share anyhow.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, and it's good to do it right there, because we've made a lot of mistakes. I mean, we've kind of had to figure a lot of things, and we're still making mistakes. I wish we were, but we're getting better and better. And it's these kind of calls that just help us just to sometimes hearing it again and hearing it again, it just gives you a little more confidence next time you're in front of that person. But I love what you said, Colleen, just kind of finding out their why, finding out what their expectation is before you even launch into this order form. You know what they want, if they want better health, or if it's not just them, maybe there's a parent that's sick or something. So I love that you already gather all that intel and then go into the order form. And I can honestly say, maybe I've skipped on that a little bit. So I'm going to be more mindful moving forward so that it's a full close and not partial. And thank you. That was really good.
You know, I'll humble myself and tell you that I'm right along with you. You know, when we first started this, you know, when Steve and Gina came to me, they were learning too. You guys are all lucky that are coming in now, because it's 2 years of Steve and Gina training and input. And Steve and Gina have been involved in this industry for years. So they attracted top people from all over. Like when they called me, Steve knew Colleen's got a strong business background and she lives in Ohio, and this thing is not in Ohio yet. So the way that he teased me was, hey, I'm looking to launch this in Ohio. Are you interested? Well, of course. When I, hear somebody like him that's a millionaire. So, but the point is, we got into it and we were all scrambling and we all made mistakes and we were signing up. Okay, I was, really good at signing up silvers at first, and I was forgetting to put them on auto ship. And like Jennifer said, it's such a mess afterwards to go back in and get it. It's so much easier. Just take care of it at the beginning. Say, we'll just take care of this now. We'll connect you now. That way you'll never be without it. We won't have to go back in the back office, or you won't have to call corporate and say, hey, help me get this now. I mean, it's not that hard, but sometimes it's uncomfortable to go back to them and ask them for their credit card number again. Or they say, oh yeah, I meant to get on it. And then you're chasing them. And it's not even their intention. It's just, that's the way it happens. So to save yourself the stress, like Jennifer said, learn from, and Max is shaking his head, he knows, learn from all the mistakes we made early on. That's why we love training you. Marty's shaking her head too, the same thing. Yeah. We all did it. We were uncomfortable, or we didn't know how to talk about the subscription. And now it's just, to me, it's like, it's a no-brainer. When you think about it, you can have this big business. Think about this, guys, too. After you get them signed up, if somebody indicates to you that they do want to make money off of this, the first thing you should say to them too is, let's name 4 people that you love. Who are 4 people that you love or you care about? And let's help them get signed up. Because basically, once you get to manager level, you're earning your patches. That's not that hard. So my goal is everybody I sign up to get to know them, what their, what is their want, what's their reason. And most of your people are going to be just patch takers. Put them on the patches and let them go. But those that indicate to you that they want to share it, those are the ones you work on. The most important thing that will ensure your success is staying plugged in with them, talking to them all the time. Hey, how you doing? Who'd you talk to today? Are you getting on, what time is it? It's already started. There's an extra Zoom tonight. Like I was chatting with some of my people saying, did you see that the Gen Xers are having a Zoom tonight? To me, that's pretty exciting. That we've got this group of young people that, they're young and they're showing the product the way it's benefiting them, because a lot of them are athletes and they're using X39 and maybe X49 or energy enhancer, and they're just blowing it up, with Olympians, athletes, I don't know how many of you on this team know, but the Kansas City Chiefs, most of them were wearing the patch. The guy who kicked the field goal, that broke records, he was wearing the patch. The Stanley Cup this year, a lot of people were wearing the patch. A lot of Olympians were wearing the patch. I could go on and on and on, but there's a niche for young, healthy people too. So, it's good to talk to your people, stay plugged in, let them know what's going on, that, hey, there's this kind of group that does this, there's this kind of group that does this, and just keep them excited, because again, I'm going to use a term that sounds a little insulting, but ignorance on fire when you first start. You don't need to know everything about this product. Just know that it works, be excited about it, and talk to people and share it. That's so much better than analysis paralysis. The people that don't go far in this is, I need to gather some testimonials on this before I call this person because they've got MS and I want to make sure I'm prepared and I have you don't need to sell them with that. Just talk to them about, give them hope, talk to them about what it can do, and that no matter what happens with anybody, when you're 30 years old, half your stem cells go dormant. By the time you're 60, the other half go to sleep. This, just by using this can make a difference in everyone's life. Go take a look at this website. And if you think you want to be healthier and feel better and just, use a phenomenal product, let's talk about this. Again, Ignorance on Fire. Those are my most successful people. And the ones that have analysis paralysis and they think, they got to have all this stuff printed up and they got to be able to hand people folders and this and that. They don't go anywhere.
That's good.
Any other questions? I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but I see some faces that look new. And I just, if I can help you to get a quicker start and get you over some of the mistakes that, Jennifer and Marty and I and Max made early on, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right, finally. So Marty, would you be willing to give us a link to that Zoom for the Gen Xers when it's finished, the recording of it? Also, I wanted to chime in on the business side of this. I've owned multiple businesses. $200 a month is a cheap entry point for a business. Because when I had a fitness center, it cost me thousands and thousands of dollars a month just for the building. The equipment was multiple thousands of dollars a month. So, I'm looking at $10,000 to $15,000 a month in expenses for a business that may or may not make some money, that has a lot of liability involved. At construction companies, if we ever wanted to amp up, we had to buy more equipment, more vehicles. So everything costs tons and tons of money to expand, to I forget what the term is. I apologize. I work overnights, so my mind's a little foggy right now. I just woke up.
To experience profit, all the things you had to do to experience profit, right, Tony?
Right.
Yeah.
So to come in here for less than $2,000 a month with something to give people is a cheap entry point, really cheap entry point. And also it's a cheap failure point. That can be a downside for some people. It's too cheap for them not to walk away, So, but with having the support system, that's huge too, because in order in my fitness business or in my construction businesses, in order to get consulting, I had to pay someone like you huge money to give me advice on how to make my business profitable.
That's
Here,
great.
I'm paying $200 a month for consulting. That's the way I look at it. So the $200 a month subscription fee is a consulting fee. So
you know what? I've got something for you to write down because you're going to love this. These two are just for you, but they're for everybody else as well. So because you told me you own gyms, you own construction companies, etc. I want you to know that we have a YouTube channel and it's called This Is It Team. So go to YouTube and subscribe to This Is It Team.
Oh yeah, I'm on there.
Yeah, and I would like you to look at last Saturday's training because it was Emily and Kevin Wilson. And Emily and Kevin Wilson own several gyms. And when they were first approached about this, Emily is, looking around to the person that's talking saying, what are you talking about? I can have a business from this. I have this business, and they were just, running themselves ragged at all these different locations and trying to make a dime, trying to create profit. And, same thing with Kevin. I talked to him. He was in the mortgage industry. Him and I had because I was in that previously also. And we talked about, just all the different things, but you will really find that one enjoyable because especially the part where Emily says, you know, we've owned all sorts of other businesses and none of them combined have ever provided this kind of income. And again, if I told you guys my income again, I'm not trying to brag, but you'd probably faint because I'm 70 years old and it's residual. It keeps on growing. And I don't do it as much. You know, I only have signed up 39 people. And so, you know, Carl and Kathy that are 10 years younger than me, 15 years younger than me, maybe, you know, they're working it like crazy, and the amount of income that if you really work this as a business. So my point is, you can be a little old retired lady like me and make an income that you never dreamed of having without, you know, putting all the efforts like you did. So I wanted to let you know that. But the other thing is, if you go on there tomorrow, they will have uploaded tonight's call that the Gen Xers are doing, and you'll see. And everybody, if you are already signed up for LifeWave, there's an email that came out. I don't know, I can't remember if it came out today or yesterday. And I think it came out from LifeWave Connect. But there's a young girl who is one of our Gen Xers who at 11 o'clock Pacific time and also 6 o'clock Pacific time. You know, so in my world, because I live in Eastern, it's 2 o'clock and 9 o'clock PM. She's going to be talking about how she's so good with social media, which I stink at, and I need to learn it because, you know, my generation was not taught that. She went to senior, you know, I'm a presidential director. She went to senior presidential director in 2 weeks. And that's who's talking on our corporate call tomorrow. So I don't think those are recorded. So if you can catch it at either 2 o'clock Eastern time or 9 o'clock Eastern, that should be pretty dynamite call for those of you that would like to use some social, like Marty. Marty's really good at social media. That'd be a good call to hop on.
That's good.
Very good, very good.
Anybody else got any questions before we wrap it up tonight? All right. This has been,
Thank you.
well, yeah.
Sorry, thank you. This was very good. Thank you, Colleen. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like I said, we're all in this together. We lock arms and we go to the finish together. Marty and Jennifer know, you know, we watch them. Those in the upline watch them. And when those two were just managers and they were headed toward director, you better believe the senior presidential directors and presidential directors are looking down seeing, oh my gosh, look how close these people are to becoming director. Who can we help below them to help them, you know, get pushed up through the ranks? This is what we do for each other. So, you know, like Tony said, yeah, you're also getting coaching. You're getting a community of people that care about you, because when you benefit, I benefit too. But to me, it's really rewarding. I'm that kind of person, you know, when I went into retirement, I just thought, oh, okay. I had a job that I loved. I had a dream career, and I did a lot of traveling, and I, you know, visited business owners every day, and they would spill their guts on me, and it was rewarding to know that I was helping them. And then I thought, okay, now I'm retired. I can only go to lunch or shopping with my girlfriends so many times. And it's just not, it's not giving me what I need. So this has fulfilled this, you know, void I had in my life to, okay, I'm really helping people again. So I love the coaching part of this. You know, that's kind of my forte in this. That's why when they asked me to be on the call, I was flattered, I was honored, and I would love to do it. You know, because we all, you know, we all have things that we shine in a little bit, and mine is I like to coach and help people.
Yeah, well, you're so good at it. Thanks, Colleen. We
Definitely
were,
appreciate it. Very
You're
much.
welcome.
Very honored to have you.
I want you all to get off the ground running, because it's so possible in this business. And again, just open your mouth. You know, I've shown this to ridiculous people that you would think, no way. Like this is such a dumb story, but it just indicates, you know, how easy this is. I lost my remote in the house, and I looked all over, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go for 2 weeks without this stupid remote before I call Geek Squad. And, you know, because I don't know how to figure these things out myself. So I called the Geek Squad. I went to the store, I bought a new remote, and they go, no, it's really easy. You can do it yourself. No, it's not really easy for somebody like me. So I call the Geek Squad up on the phone. I live in Ohio, and the person that answers is in Alabama. And I'm talking to her on the phone, and don't ask me how, but something came up, and I said, oh, I know what I said. I go, I'm really embarrassed to ask you this, but I got to have a house call. I have to have a guy come out, and, I've got this set up on my TV and I lost the remote. And I said, I'm 72. I just, never learned how to do these things. She goes, wow, you don't sound like you're 72. And I go, well, that's because I'm using stem cell activation patches. And she said, what? So before the conversation was ended, I was connected with this gal in Alabama. It was over a year ago that to this day is still a patch taker. She was interested in this. I gave her the info over the phone. She called me that Saturday when she wasn't working, because a lot of these Geek Squad people work from home. So the point is, I don't care if you're in the line at the laundromat or where you go, you can't tell me that you don't have any clients. Everybody is a client. Everybody can use this. People walking out of church, just walking on the street, somebody across the street, you see them limping. Hey, I got something that could help you. You interested in knowing? So easy.
It is, yeah. And we'll wrap it up with this. There's a prayer that you mentioned early on, and Marty ended up printing it and laminating it, but it's still the prayer that a lot of us pray, and it's, Lord, can you share that as we kind of close?
Yeah. I said, I am, deeply spiritual person, and I just, my connection with God. And so back in my consulting company, people used to come to me all the time, and they would just say, what is it about you? Why are you so successful? I would tell them. And then I shared it with, my team early on 2 years ago when we were getting started. And I said, it's so simple. Every day before my feet hit the floor, I say the same thing. The first thing I do when I'm having my conversation with God is I say, thank you for the present. The present is such a present. And then I say, thank you for bringing all of the right people personally and professionally into my life. Now use me, use me, use me today. So he sends me all kinds of people that, can use me. And that's it. That is really the secret to, I believe, why my business has grown and exploded, because I hope I haven't offended anybody. Well, I guess kind of, I don't care if I offended anybody, because these are my feelings and this is how I feel. And the older I get, I feel like, well, I want to say what I want to say. So that's who I am. And I just feel like the more you give out, the more that comes back to you, for sure, in abundance. So I hope, that all of you take a little bit away, and that you go out tomorrow with a joy, and you just start sharing this with people. Because remember, you're not selling anything, you're blessing people.
Yep.
You're blessing them, and you are just, and in some, I'm telling you something else, like Tony's a good example. There are a lot of people that need the opportunity for income. It's just not only about healing. There's a lot of people out there that are struggling, and the past 4 years have been really rough on them. So don't short yourself by not sharing the opportunity. Share both.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, Cynthia's not able to unmute, but she says, thank you, Colleen, still building that confidence. I'm in awe of you. Appreciate you so much. So she's grateful for what you've had to say.
Yep, we're all grateful, definitely.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming on the call tonight. And yeah.
All right.
And
so I was just gonna say, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
guys.
everyone.
All right,
Thank
you so
you.
much.
thank
All right.
you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stop. If you end it, it might end the recording. I don't know if you have to hit stop recording first and meeting for all. It should.